good afternoon, good morning, good evening, gentlemen, wherever you are on the seas and on this rock. Captain Pizzazz here. Today we're going to do a project that isn't boat or car related. Well, it's boat related, but it's just home improvement related. How to build a Cyclone dust collector. I'm going to revamp the one that I made last year, but it'll be a lot better. And this works for drywall dust, fiberglass dust, all sorts of really fine dust, silica, but it's mostly for sanding dust. So let's get right to it. I'll take the camera over there and I'll show you what's going on with the project, guys. Here is a dust collector that I built, doing research online. I had it built, but I'm going to revamp it a little. So I got some old PVC parts from around the garage and shit. I need to go buy a couple more, about $6 worth of parts mainly, and then I'll show you the rebuild of this, and then you can use it in your own shops if you're sanding fiberglass or drywall or whatever. It's, it keeps it out of the air and it keeps it out of your lungs. Alright, gentlemen, so here's what we got going on. You have to take 2 buckets that are the same. So, if you have a Home Depot, home improvement store, go get 2 buckets that are the same. They have to have lids. So, I'll show you what was in here first. So the fittings I had in here first, we'll put the top on. Okay, so these are 1.5 inch fittings in here, and I'll show you what the path is in a little bit. But I just had some holes cut in here, and these just fit snugly in there, and these are super small, so I wanted to revamp it. And here, I'll show you what's going on. So let's get this on top of where it goes. Alright, so the top, if we take this off, here's what the top looks like. So we have a down tube. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. There we go. We have a down tube that goes all the way through the bottom and into this other bucket. And what I did here was, if you can see in the bottom of this one, I cut 4 pie pieces out of it and drilled a bunch of little holes on the outside. Oh, and I bolted it together. That bolt is in the middle. So then you put some kind of caulking or whatever. So after you tighten this bolt up, just caulk around there so it's airtight and watertight. I added some screen over these holes to try and diffuse the water, but maybe that was a problem with the other design. So see, I have one bulkhead fitting here, or whatever. This is all just PVC from home improvement. So what you guys want to do is, you'll have something like this. So you'll have a piece, a 90, and this will be a couple of inches from the bottom of the bottom bucket. So then that goes on top of this bucket and snaps in. It's best to have buckets with snapping lids or some type of lid that'll seal pretty airtight. Okay, so then this comes through the bucket like this, and this is measured to a certain length, and that'll depend on whichever bucket you have. So once you put this in like that, now on the bottom of the top lid you have this fitting and this fitting. So in the bottom bucket, you'll fill that 3/4 of the way up with water. And then this fitting will attach to that down pipe. So in essence, what you're doing is, and then the last piece, of course, is your vacuum hose. Oops, wrong one. It'll be your vacuum hose like that. I'm not going to put it on here because the way the camera's set up and whatever, it'll bump into. You're sitting on the engine rebuild right now. You're sitting on the top of the engine right now. So this fitting connects to there, and you don't even need to glue any of these fittings. They're tight enough for what this does. So this goes down and through. So this end, suction will come from your vacuum here. It'll go here and suck out of this part. From this one, this one goes down and all the way through into the bottom bucket that's filled with water. And then this goes out to whatever tool you're sanding with. So the suction will come through, go all the way down to the bottom, through the first bucket, into the bottom bucket, where it's filled 3/4 or so full with water. That'll be swirling around, and that'll take the particles out of the air and out of the vacuum stream, because they get wet. They can't stay in the air. And then the air bubbles will suck up through, or the air bubbles will come through, and then it'll just turn back into air once it gets into this bucket, and it'll suck through here and then out to the vacuum. Now I might need to add like a Y here, and then a plastic ball valve for like $5, because I noticed that I was sucking up water still, so I need to turn down the amount of suction for the vacuum. But yeah, see this fitting here, I'll just drop it on there. And of course my phone goes off just like that, and you just give it a shove down. So you have tool in, all the way, it goes all the way to the bottom, and that suction will start swirling the water around. And when I put it together, I made it so when the water is swirling in there, say the air is swirling this way, I put this suction opposite, so it's harder to pick it up, because I think that'll slow down the suction of the air, the vacuum, and the water. And like I say, I didn't glue any of these, so if I say, oops, darn it. So if I take that one off, I can look down here and I'm able to line it up and get it in there. Oh, I must have bumped this one. That's why it won't close. There we go. I can line it up with the whatever too. But of course when you try and video this shit, you always have problems with things lining up and whatever. Oh, there it goes. So see, that's lined up. I didn't snap the lids on these because they're really hard to get off. These are the drywall mud buckets, so yeah. Now to get this fitting to fit on your vacuum hose, you might have, I took a sander, like a belt sander or something, just sand around this till it's a snug fit inside your vacuum hose. This one, the vacuum hose might fit inside, depending on what hose you're using, all that good stuff. If not, you can just gaff tape it or duct tape it, whatever you want to do. So that is the Cyclone filter for drywall dust, fiberglass dust, all sorts of really fine dust. Keeps it out of the air. I mean, some of it still gets through, but it knocks the majority, probably I'd say 95% of it, 99% of it out of whatever you're doing, guys. So if you want to make one, make sure to get 2 buckets, bunch of fittings. If you have any questions, I'll try and put a drawing of it up in the comments or something like that. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But anyways, guys, that's just a little shop tip for you, a little shop vacuum. Don't go out and spend, you know, $200 or more on one of those shop filters when you can make it yourself for like $10. And there goes There goes Yang walking by. But anyways, guys, hope you can use that shop tip and stay safe out there. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Watch out for all those pitfalls in the world and on the seas. Anyways, this is Captain Pizzazz signing off, and as always, boat love.